All right, so you've got a brick and mortar practice and you're looking to do some local search advertising, which is amazing, right? Because you want to get more patients or clients coming in. But I want to share with you 3 really important distinctions that you have to get dialed in before you even consider doing that. So let's dive in. Hey, what's going on? Yuri, Elkaim here, founder and CEO of Healthpreneur. We help health professionals and coaches get more clients and scale their practices. And I want to share with you, I think, a really important framework here to help you get the most out of your advertising and marketing in general. And listen, there's a lot of other great videos on YouTube and elsewhere to show you how to do the very specific granular tactics of running a Facebook ad or the like. But quite honestly, tactics are easy to understand. The strategy is where the magic happens, and that's what I want to share with you here, okay? So I'm not going to talk about campaign structure and Facebook ads. You can find that elsewhere. What I do want to talk about is helping you get these 3 things dialed in. So I'm just going to share my iPad with you so you can see on the screen here. And so we're going to be talking about these 3 circles, okay? Now, let me just split my screen if I can. So the most important thing to remember as it pertains to, this is the foundation of all your marketing, okay? If you don't get this right, nothing you do is gonna make sense. Nothing you put out into the world is gonna work because this is the foundation of your house, if you wanna think of it that way. So the single most important thing you need to do if you're considering doing local search advertising, which by the way, I applaud you for because that's really the best way to grow your business. But the thing is, when you proactively market your business, here's the thing, is you need to narrow down your market to a single audience. And here's why. Most health professionals grow their business in spite of themselves, right? So they're good at what they do and people just word of mouth it, right? So they're like, hey, my friend can come in, my wife, my mom, whatever. And that's fine, but you can't grow a business on things you can't control. You can't control word of mouth, and therefore it's very tough to scale that. So because a lot of practitioners rely on random word of mouth incoming referrals, they don't have to proactively market their business. But again, that's not a business, right? So I think you're a little bit different here. You understand the value of putting yourself out there and putting your message out there. But here's the thing is when you do that, you have to think about, well, who am I speaking to? Because if you put a message out to everyone, not everyone's going to respond to that. So so I play tennis and I love soccer. So let's just say I was playing tennis over the weekend and I hurt my shoulder. Now, if you're a chiropractor or a physio who helps tennis players or the like with such injuries, you might have a message that is put out specifically to that single target market. You say, listen, I want to work and I'm the best at working with these types of people. They are athletes who may have picked up an injury over the weekend. And so whatever that market is, you need to single that down. And I'm not saying you have to only serve that market for the rest of your life, but in any given campaign, it needs to be specialized and dialed in. Think of it this way. If you were to run direct mail, like sending postcards to someone's mailbox, which by the way is an amazing opportunity, well, what would that say, right? Are you going to try to talk to everyone? Like, hey, if you want to improve your wellness, come on by. No, you need to talk to a very specific type of person who's dealing with a very specific pain or problem that you know you can solve, right? So maybe it's, hey, sitting too much, low back hurting, come by for a free a free new patient offer or a new, spinal analysis, whatever that is. So you have to narrow down to a single target market. That is the most important, fundamental first thing you have to do in business. Okay. That's like learning how to crawl before you can walk type of stuff. Okay. And this is why most businesses suffer because they try to help everyone. And just because you can help a lot of people doesn't mean you should help a lot of people across the spectrum. Because if you do, you're going to run into problems in terms of scalability, right? If you find yourself dealing with patients and clients one-on-one all the time and you have no leverage and you're repeating yourself 1,000 times to every single person, these are all symptoms of this bigger problem of not defining a single target market, okay? So that's the first part. Second, now actually one more thing I'll say with that is within the single target market, think about where are these people? Think where are they? Are they hanging out in specific groups? Are they liking certain people on Facebook or specific interests, right? Are they athletes? Are they into any specific sport? Are they within a specific radius of your practice? Because all of these factors can be targeted with Facebook ads. And I'm only referring to Facebook ads because that's for the most part, what we spend most of our time doing, but even with Google as well, right? Like you can narrow it down to a very, very specific area that you want to target. So maybe there's a more, affluent neighborhood or an area of the city or around your clinic that you want to focus on. You want to really, think about what that is. Okay. So the second thing, now we've identified the market. The next thing we really need to get clear on is the message. And this, all three of these are super important. You can't have one, you can't have two, you have to have all three. If you don't have all three, it's like driving a car with a flat tire. You're not going to get very far, right? So the message is like, what are the words? Like, what are the words that are going to be put out into the marketplace that are going to attract the right people to come in? And the message is extremely important. And this is probably the one area where most health professionals drop the ball just because they're not taught how to do this stuff, right? This starts to border into the world of copywriting, which is basically salesmanship in print. So writing words on paper or on a computer screen that moves people to action. The most important thing I want you to think about with message is, just to simplify it, just think of one word, okay? Think of your marketing as one word, and that word is empathy, okay? If you understand what your clients or patients are experiencing, and you can articulate it to them in such a way where they feel completely understood by you, they will naturally think you have a solution for that problem or pain. And so that is the essence of what good messaging does. I'm not going to get into the nuances of, the details and stuff, but at a high level, your message needs to be about them, not about how cool you are, not how many years you've been in business, none of that stuff. None of that matters, because all we care about as humans is ourselves. Yeah, it's true, right? WIIFM. Have you ever listened to that radio station? If not, you probably have. It's called What's in It for Me. We're all thinking that, right? You're watching this video because you're saying, what's in this for me? What am I going to learn? What am I going to discover here? Right? We're always thinking that. So your message always has to be about them, right? This market that you're going after. So the message needs to be congruent with the market. And this is known as message to market match. If you are speaking to or targeting people, let's say men between 40 and 60, and your message is about, this is a ridiculous example, but your message is speaking to new moms with kids, then obviously there's going to be a mismatch. So you could have the most incredible offer and the most incredible thing, but if it's like, why are you speaking to me about this? I'm not even in the same, universe. So that message to market match is extremely important. But again, in order to know what to say, you first have to identify who you're speaking to, which is the market, okay? And now the final piece here is the magic. And the magic is what it is you're offering potential patients or clients. And in our world, when we're helping people with their brick and mortar, now we help practitioners both on the virtual side, so if they want to work with patients online or clients online, but also in brick and mortar. In a brick and mortar practice, the number one goal is just get them in the door, right? Like if you can get someone in the door, you've won, right? If you're half decent at having a conversation and showing value, 80% or more of the people that walk in your door will say yes to working with you beyond that initial assessment. So the way we have to do this is we have to think about what is the most compelling way we can get people to go out of their way to come into the clinic. And you're going to do that with what's called an NPO, which is a new patient offer. And you're thinking like, how do I reduce the barrier to entry? How do I make it dead simple for people to come in and say, wow, let's experience this. Let's experience this spinal analysis, this gait analysis, this something. And if you can offer it to them for free, that's even better, right? If it's, a $27 type of thing, cool. But I don't think you should be offering a $150 first visit assessment for most people, right? Unless your practice is massively backlogged and you've got a 10-month waiting list, in which case it might be a bit different. But for most people, if you're watching this, like you're looking to do local advertising and you want to get more people coming to your clinic, you just got to get them in the door, right? Now, there's obviously a very important, there's ways of doing this that are more effective. So when people come in, you know how to have a conversation with them that moves them from that initial assessment or analysis or that initial consultation to the next level, because we're not here to just help people for free and then, say goodbye. But these are the three things, the three forces you have to have dialed in before you spend any money on advertising. And the problem is that This is also something you can't delegate. You can't just give this to an agency. Please do not hand over your marketing to an agency. Okay? They will not know this stuff, right? This is your business. You have to know this stuff, right? You have to do the thinking about this. But if you don't know how to do it, then that's okay, right? That's why you're like thousands of your colleagues turn to us. And that's why we're the best in the world at doing what we do. So if you'd like help around this, we've got a great training that I think will help you really think through this and take things to the next level. We'll show you how to get more clients, how to scale your practice without everything relying on you, without burning out in the process. And if you'd like to watch that training, you can click the link below this video and it'll take you over there right now. And you can enjoy that free of charge on me. I figured you're here because you want to learn. So let's take it to the next level. And I think you'll really find a lot of value in that free training. In the meantime, thanks so much for stopping by. Hope this video has found you well. My name is Yuri Elkaim once again, and don't forget while you are here to subscribe, give it a thumbs up or a share, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel because I've got hundreds of other videos to help you get more clients, grow your health practice, and really build an amazing business that creates incredible transformation for the people you serve, including yourself. I'll see you soon.